Hello, hello. You're now tuned into SOS, and I'm your host, Amina. And today we're having a sleepover vibe. I want you to feel like you're over at my house and we're yapping. And what are we yapping about? Self love. Of course, it's self love. The podcast is literally called Self Love and Other Stories. I don't know when we'll talk about other stories, but maybe the day will reach. For now, we're in the month of February and we have to talk about self love as much as we talk about romantic love. Okay, I'm clocking our tea as a society and we need to place self love on the pedestal that we place romantic love, okay? Because we're so obsessed with romantic love, and that's fine. I just want self love to have the same attention. Give ourselves the love that we deserve, okay? Give ourselves the love that we crave and still place this on a pedestal. I feel like they're not even fighting. We don't need them to fight. We just need to put self love on a pedestal as much as we do with romantic love. And with that said, let's start episode 3. Episode 3, we have a special guest, and that special guest is my 3 a.m. thoughts. My 3 a.m. thoughts are sometimes a little bit shy, but I feel like these 3 a.m. thoughts are a little bit spicy, they're a little bit interesting. That's why we had to have a bit of a vibe going on, okay? So episode 3 is all about mirror work, and I want to start out this episode with a little theory, okay? So I have a theory. And that theory is that we are kinder to other people because we can see them. Play with me a little bit. I feel like we feel more comfortable being mean to ourselves and talking down on ourselves because we can't see ourselves. You see, when we talk to other people, we can physically see them. We can physically perceive them, meaning we can physically see their reactions to everything we're saying. Versus when we talk to ourselves, we can't see ourselves, we can't perceive ourselves, and we can't even physically see the reactions to what we're saying. And I feel like that makes us more comfortable, more confident, more audacious to talk crazy, to talk mean to ourselves, and to talk down on ourselves. Okay, that's my theory. You can tell me whether you agree or not, but I feel like it really checks out. And how I know it checks out is mirror work. So let's talk about mirror work. Mirror work is simply the act of going in front of a mirror, okay, where you can see yourself. Because here's the thing, here's the wildest thing. You can never actually see yourself. I feel like that's the wildest fact I've ever had as a human. You cannot see ourselves. It's only other people who can see us. We can only see ourselves through a reflection. So in front of a mirror while we're taking a video, that's the only time we can see ourselves. That's why everything is like laterally inverted, because that's a reflection of you. You can only see yourself through a reflection. Very wild, very wild. So now that we know this, let's talk about mirror work. So mirror work is the act of going in front of a mirror and simply speaking to yourself. That's all it is. And it's so wild that we don't do this more often. I was thinking about it the other day because it's like, when do you really perceive yourself? Like, only when you look at yourself in the mirror when you're getting ready, maybe when you take a video. And if you don't do either of those things too much, then you don't perceive yourself so much. And if we are kinder to other people because we can see them, I feel like we can be kinder to ourselves if we perceive ourselves more. And so the first exercise to know whether this checks out is to go in front of a mirror and to attempt, okay, I'm saying attempt because will you have the confidence? Will you have the audacity? The first exercise is to go in front of a mirror and to say those mean, negative, crazy things you tell yourself when you can't see yourself, right? So let's say you always tell yourself you're so stupid, you're so ugly, you never amount to anything. Now tell yourself that when you can see yourself. Go in front of a mirror, or better yet, record a video, okay, so you can watch it back. Really watch back what you're saying to yourself, right? So record a video of yourself or go in front of the mirror and say these negative, mean, crazy things to yourself. And I want you to really look at your reaction while you're doing this. I want you to really see how much it's going to hurt you and how much it even strains your body to tell yourself these things when you can actually see yourself. And how you know this checks out is because when you're being mean to somebody else, like let's say they've failed at something and they're telling you they failed at something, you won't be like oh, you're such a failure, you'll never amount to anything. Because, first of all, you know that will hurt them. You know you'll feel that energy. You know you'll see that they're hurt. And so you really mind your words around other people. And I genuinely think that's because you can see them. So, after you've done the first exercise, I feel like you know that it checks out, right? It kind of like checks out. And so it's like if we're kinder to other people because we can see them, that way we can be kinder to ourselves if we see ourselves. There's a practice I want us to incorporate into our day to day. And that's just a really cute way to show ourselves love, I feel like. Because we always talk about love languages, physical touch, words of affirmation, acts of service, and gifts. What's the other one? Oh, physical touch. Did I already say that? I think so. So I feel like we need to do words of affirmation, but we need to do them a little bit differently. Right? So what I've been doing, okay, let me tell you what I've been doing. So what I've been doing is a mirror work practice where I go in front of the mirror and I tell myself all my amazing affirmations. And it ranges from physical affirmations to non-physical affirmations. I just want to really see myself. I want to really connect with myself as I affirm myself. And that's why I love doing these in the mirror. And so what I'll do is I'll go to the mirror, literally look at myself and be like, you're beautiful. You're stunning. Your body is literally an art form. You are art in human form. Oh, wait. Should I look at you guys? Should I look at you guys as I say this? So, you're beautiful. You're stunning. Your body is literally art. You are art in human form. That's what I do. I do this either in the morning or at night, always in front of a mirror, and it's such a fun time. You can even play some music in the back, choose some cool, chilled, relaxed music and really just start to affirm yourself. You can do this straight out of the shower. You can do this just before bed. I don't know, choose your time, choose what you prefer. But I feel like you'll start to feel how powerful it is to say such amazing words to yourself, and you can always mix them up, but you'll start to feel how much confidence that gives you. You'll start to feel you'll even be blushing a little bit. I feel like I'm always blushing. I always tell myself these things and I'm like, really you really think that's about me? Because I feel like sometimes we're so addicted and we place romantic love on such a pedestal, because I feel like sometimes we feel like this is the only source of someone telling us we're beautiful, of somebody telling us we're amazing, of somebody complimenting our bodies, So I do understand why we place romantic love on such a pedestal. And at the same time, I'm not even against it. I feel like you guys know by now. I'm like, let's just do the same for ourselves. Yeah, let's do the same for ourselves, because you can compliment yourself. You can tell yourself all those sweet nothings, whisper in your ear all those sweet nothings. What's stopping you? No, what's stopping you really? Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. Okay, so that's one of the ways I think that is really a good way to show yourself love, especially if you struggle with body positivity, if you struggle with accepting your body. I feel like that's one of the best ways. So that's the physical affirmations, right? After a shower, go in front of the mirror, preferably naked, and tell yourself all these affirmations. And I feel like slowly by slowly, you're going to gaslight your brain into thinking you're such a beautiful human being. And it's not even really a gaslight, because here's my thing. I feel like all these things, like beauty is subjective. I feel like beauty truly does lie in the eyes of the beholder. Beauty is relative. Just the way the law of relativity says that everything in life is relative, all the truths are relative. Yeah, beauty is relative. And the more you tell yourself you're beautiful, and that's why when somebody is dating somebody and they don't believe they're beautiful, they don't believe they're smart, they don't believe they're interesting, they don't believe they're amazing, and then somebody comes along and they're telling this person that they're beautiful, they're amazing, they're smart, they're funny, they love their personality, you become addicted to being loved by that person, right? You become addicted to the feeling you get when this person tells you all this amazing things, right? And I feel like that's why they say love is like a drug. It's because most times I feel like that person really puts you or sees you in such an amazing light that you wish you could see yourself in that light too. And you're like, before I could see myself in this light, at least this person sees me like this. You know what I mean? It's like, I may find myself ugly, but this person finds me beautiful. I may hate my body, but this person loves my body. I may hate my personality, but this person loves my personality. And I think that's why romantic love is such a drug. Romantic love is so addictive, right? We can make self-love that addictive. We can make loving ourselves that addictive. We can make self-love our own little homegrown drug, okay? So yeah, that's what I think. It's like finding a way to also keep telling yourself these things. Because my thing is, even when somebody else tells you this and you don't think it, you struggle believing it. And that's why the more they tell you, or sometimes you become insecure and you're like, do you really think I'm beautiful? Do you really think I'm interesting? It's because you don't believe it. But the reason self-love and mirror work is so powerful is you'll start to believe it, okay? You'll start to see it as your truth. And that's all that matters. All that matters is that you think you're beautiful. All that matters is that you think you're amazing. And that way your aura starts to spread. That's the aura you give whenever you go. Okay, so that's the first mirror work exercise. The second mirror work exercise is for non-physical attributes, right? Just because you're standing in front of a mirror doesn't mean that you have to strip naked and then tell yourself that you're beautiful and tell yourself that your body is tea. You could also go and give yourself non-physical compliments. And non-physical compliments range, there's so many. They could touch on personality, your smartness, your aura, your energy. And yeah, so the non-physical compliments are also really powerful when you do them in the mirror. I'm going to give you another example of the ones I do. So yeah, I stand in front of the mirror and I tell myself, your energy is beautiful. Your aura radiates. Your aura is beautiful and irresistible. Your energy is as beautiful as the sun, okay? You're so smart. You're so interesting. Your personality shines. Your light shines. That's what I tell myself, these things, and then I told you, it's like you start feeling like, really? Like, you're so cute. You're so like, that's so cute of you to say. And the more you do this, like, imagine just doing this for even like 21 days. Imagine doing this for like 30 days, even 5 days consistently. And I feel like this is kind of linked to the trend. Remember when people were putting a photo of their younger selves on their mirror and they were like, remembering that when I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to this person. And even the trend that was on TikTok recently, where people were like, remembering that when I'm talking to this person, I'm talking to the younger version of them. And I feel like it's the exact same thing, right? It's like when you see a photo of yourself as a child and you're talking to yourself and you think, oh, this is who I'm talking to. You're going to talk nice. You're going to talk kindly. Or when you remember that you're talking to the younger version of you, you're going to talk nicely. You're going to talk much kinder, right? And this is what I mean by you're kinder to people because you can see them. Because when you start to imagine the younger version of you, that's just you finding a way to physically perceive yourself, right? That's why I feel like this theory checks out. I feel like this is not stories ajaba. And for those who don't understand what that means, it's just like, I'm not lying. Is it lying? Like, I'm not being delusional. Actually, that's what it is. These are not delusional thoughts. I do strongly believe that this works, okay? I strongly believe that this works, and I want you guys to try it. I feel like it's such a powerful way to show yourself love, and I feel like we all need to experience telling ourselves amazing, beautiful, wonderful things while we can see ourselves, while we can physically see how we react to them. And I remember there was someone who made a video saying that when she started her affirmations and she did them for a long period of time, she could literally see how her body reacted and how her face reacted to saying these affirmations. It's as if her brain didn't believe them. So anytime she'd tell herself, like, you're beautiful, you could see there was a bodily struggle to tell herself that she's beautiful, right? And I feel like that's why doing it more and more, you genuinely will see a difference. And that's why recording videos is also a really good thing. I feel like you can do both. You can record a video of yourself in the mirror. You get what I mean? And it is true, when you start off, you find that you're not as confident to say things like you're beautiful. You're not as confident as saying things like your body is tea. Your body is an art form by itself. You won't be as confident. You find that you're saying the words with like a really low voice, like you're beautiful and you're amazing and you're smart. And then the more you do it, the more you find you have confidence. You're like, no, you're beautiful. Your energy is like the sun. You're amazing. Your aura radiates. And you find that you're getting more and more confident saying these things to yourself. And the only reason you're more confident saying these things to yourself is literally just because you now believe them more and more. Yeah, that's the episode on mirror work. I think we should all do mirror work. I think it's such an amazing way to show self-love. I feel like it should be in all our daily routines. And that concludes today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed our little yap sesh. I hope you're going to try our little mirror work exercises. The first one is the negative one. Not the negative one, but where you're just testing out where you're at in terms of speaking to yourself. Do you speak to yourself kindly? Are you mean to yourself? Testing it out, seeing your reaction in the mirror, seeing how you react to the words you're telling yourself. The second exercise is giving yourself physical compliments in the mirror, physical, based on your body, your face, things you can see. And then the last exercise is giving yourself non-physical compliments in the mirror, based on things you can't see, like your energy, your aura, your personality, your brain. And those are our 3 mirror work exercises. I hope you do them and I hope you really enjoy them. And I hope we can explore so many ways of showing ourselves love and bring self-love to the pedestal it deserves. Okay, put self-love. We're going to single-handedly put self-love on the pedestal it deserves. Okay, so yeah. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I'm very excited to talk to you in the next one. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have an amazing day or evening or night, depending on the time you're listening to this. Bye.